Hello everyone, welcome to RM 101. In this webinar, we will talk about market segmentations. We know that revenue management was started from airline industry in the 1980s, and it was brought into hotel industry later. At that time, revenue pioneers was looking at demand forecast and length of stay control only. Nowadays, revenue management is far more advanced, and technology companies like Ideas provide revenue management systems to help hotelers to achieve revenue management optimization and automation. However, hotels need to have the foundations in place before revenue management system deployment. Let's talk about the foundations of revenue management, which are market segmentation, forecast, and pricing. Those are the three pillars of revenue management. If you don't have revenue management practice in your property, this is where you should start it. Market segmentation is a backbone of revenue management. You should have a clear market segmentation structure to drive your target business in the target market. Different types of hotel may have different market segmentation structure. For example, city hotel versus resort, MICE hotel versus boutique hotel, or hotel in general versus service apartment. Market segmentation has to be understood by each of the departments in the hotel, not only the revenue managers, so that everybody in the hotel understands the positioning and the customer mix of your property. Also, there should be a clear SOP on market segmentation to ensure accurate tracking. This is extremely important. We will talk about it later. After all, the objective of having market segmentation is to develop market strategies for target segments, forecast demand based on the various booking behaviors of each of the market segments, and then develop pricing strategy upon it. So where do we start? Before building your market segmentation structure, you need to understand what is a market segmentation and the benefit along it, and how do you segment a market. MICE market is a very broad concept. The market is not uniform, either in behavior or requirements. Thus, you can segment your market by grouping your customers based on their needs and create subgroups. Basically, you segment the pie of your customer base into smaller pieces. By doing this, you are able to group customers with similar needs and other variables into one segment, so that this segmented market can be more accurately targeted and reach out by marketing message. Every day, many travelers arrive in your city. Obviously, not all of them can be accommodated in your hotel, so your goal is not to serve the entire market, but to target the specific people whose business you really want. Market segmentation helps you to identify and focus on those people. So, we have market segmentations. And what are the benefits? The benefit of having market segmentation are accurate forecasting, market mix optimization, more effective and targeted pricing strategies. Brand demand become more elastic, and operational efficiency. Okay, now we understand the concept. Let's start talking about how do we go about segmenting our market. In the real world, we segment our market in 4 different methodologies. First, demographic. You may segment the market according to age, sex, religion, race, income, and occupation. Second, psychographic, according to their interest, attitude, opinion to the product. Third, geographic, depends on which region or country they come from. And lastly, and most importantly, behavior-based. In revenue management, we segment our market based on behavior-based. We're looking at the occasion. Why are they here? The benefit people are looking for, the usage rate, the frequency, people's buying power, readiness to buy, their attitude towards the product, and royalty status. Creating market segmentations based on customer behavior is a common practice among many hotels. Let's take a look at what a typical market segmentation structure might look at most of the hotels. Most hotels divide the guests into business or leisure segments, FIT or groups. Hotels define 5, 8, or 10 rooms or more as a group, depending on the size of the hotel and other factors. Within business or leisure, it could be further defined as RFP, local corporate, bar rate, or discounted rate. Groups can be divided into corporate groups, MICE groups, wholesale group, or maybe garment groups. There is no standard market segmentation as long as it serves the purpose. We segment our guests to understand them better. Who are they? Why are they here? What are they looking for? And product usage. All of this will help to form a good behavior analysis that enable the revenue manager to build the right market segmentation mix and strategy. Here is an example of market segmentation. In ideas, we segment customers into two major categories: transient or groups as the way they book, whether it is individual booking or group blocks, or how early they book, and the watch factors are quite different. In transient category, we may also classify qualified and unqualified business. Qualified business are the ones who attach to a contract rate. And unqualified business is a segment of customers who pay best available rate, or some hotels may call it best flexible rate. And unqualified business is not pre-agreed, and there's no restriction attached to it. You may ask, how does business or leisure fit into this? Most of your business clients are contract-based business, therefore they get qualified rates. Well, leisure guests could belong to qualified or unqualified, depends on whether they purchase best available rate or discounted rate. We also have dynamic rate or fixed rate, where we will explain more detail in the pricing webinar. For groups, we classify serious groups, ad hoc groups, residential group, or non-residential group. Again, there is no right or wrong answer for market segmentations, as long as it serves the purpose. And then, at hotel level, once we have segmentation data, then what are the information we are looking for? We're basically looking at behavioral variables. For example, what product type they buy, what room type they buy. Is there any additional spending of this customer? How many room nights they purchase? What is the price they pay? How often do they buy your product? Which channel or source they buy? What is the day of week pattern? Which day they check in, which day they check out? What is the length of stay? And what is the total revenue or the total spending at your hotel? So next step, we may think about how do we retrieve all the market segmentation data. In most cases, segmentation data are retrieved from hotel PMS, which is your property management system, for example, Opera. But you need to make sure that the information or data are checked correctly. Otherwise, as you know, garbage in, garbage out. Therefore, standard operating procedure is very important to ensure accurate tracking, and standard trainings are important as well. Accurate and consistent tracking is a team effort spread out by revenue managers, but it begins with proper setup of the PMS and continuously with the quality of information entered into PMS. All departments involved in the revenue management process should be trained to accurately enter reservations. For example, reservation department, front office, or even group sales or coordinator. They need to enter reservations and the data correctly, for example, arrivals, length of stay, day of week, and all other data that helps to manage your market segmentation. If you are not tracking market segmentation data accurately, here are the consequences. They impact the strategy setup, It will be a waste of advertising or sales and marketing effort. It leads to poor forecasting, inventory and pricing decisions, and eventually, you may not be able to achieve your budget. In ideas RMS, if market segmentation or market segmentation groups are not properly set up, it will impact the forecast and decision system provides. Thus, you are not achieving the goal of revenue optimization. To summarize, in this webinar, we will talk about what is market segmentation and the benefit of having it. 4 different methodologies of segmenting a market, which are demographic, psychographic, geographic, and behavior-based. While marketing and other departments may adopt demographic or psychographic, revenue management adopt behavior-based market segmentations. Then we showed an example of market segmentation and highlight the importance of accurate and consistent tracking and the consequence of poor tracking. Hope you benefit from the webinar today. Thank you.